Will the council meeting of October 10th, 2025 please come to order? I have to get on screen. Test, test. Joyce, any reason why I'm not on the screen? Okay, I see me here, but not there. Okay, here we go. Ready, everybody? Okay, good morning, members, staff, and everybody in the public. Bill 92, CD1, 2025 has been canceled from today's agenda. An explanation for the cancellation is found in the press release I issued on Tuesday. This is consistent with advice provided by the Office of Information Practices. The press release is available at mauicounty.us. OIP has advised me to not take questions or oral testimony on the canceled item. I thank you for your understanding and apologize for any inconvenience. Of course, you can always send anything to us in writing, but for today's meeting, I am not allowed to take public testimony, oral testimony. So, Ms. Clerk, please proceed with roll call.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Proceeding with roll call. Councilmember Pro Tempore Tasha Kama.
Good morning, Chair. Aloha kakahiaka to all.
Vice Chair Yukile Sugimura.
Good morning, Chair. Good morning, members. Ohayo gozaimasu.
Councilmember Tamara Paulton.
Excused.
Councilmember Gabe Johnson.
Minasan, ohayo gozaimasu. There's no testifiers at the Lanai District Office. Darimo Inaidas, Lanai District Office. I'm here and ready to work, and mahalos.
Thank you.
Councilmember Keani Rollins Fernandez.
Excused.
Councilmember Tom Cook.
Aloha, good morning. Ready to work. There's no testimony.
Our colleagues went to Seattle for the CNHA conference in Tulalip, Washington. I looked up the tribe's words for hello, and it is acha, acha. So when our colleagues come back to work, let's pretend like we know all about where they went and say acha. All right. Ms. Clerk.
Thank you, Madam Chair. A quorum, there are 6 members present, 3 members excused, so a quorum is present to conduct the business of the council. For the record, I'm the Deputy County Clerk, Rochelle Thompson, and seated next to me is County Clerk Moana Ludi. Also present from the Office of the County Clerk, our Legislative Division staff, Joyce Murashige, Lawrence Holdana, Del Yoshida, and Arthur Suyama, and assisting the council with maintaining order and decorum is Council Ambassador Ryan Martins. Joining the meeting from the Office of Council Services is Director David Rotz and Legislative Attorney Megan Moniz.
Thank you. Opening remarks will be provided by Councilmember Gabe Johnson.
Thank you, Chair. Before I start opening remarks, I did see Councilmember Paulton join the call.
Oh, yes, I see her now. Acha. Member Paulton? Oh, of course, you went to New Zealand, so kia ora. Little louder. Can't. Louder. Well, we can hear you, but not real clearly, but we can hear you. Welcome home. At least you're home. Huh? Okay, so are you going to be flying home shortly? Okay, all right, thank you. All right, so Member Johnson.
Thank you, Chair, for this opportunity to do opening remarks. As many people know, I studied English at Kent State University, and poetry has always been a big love of my life. So I'm going to read a poem today. Never read a poem in my opening remarks, and I've heard some members do it, and I think now's a good chance. This poem is called America is a Gun by Brian Bliston. England is a cup of tea, France a wheel of ripened brie, Greece a short squat olive tree, America is a gun. Brazil is football on the sand, Argentina Maradona's hand, Germany a Oompa band, America is a gun. Holland is a wooden shoe, Hungary a goulash stew, Australia a kangaroo, America is a gun. Japan is a thermal string, Scotland is a Highland fling, oh, better to be anything than America as a gun. Chair, I think in these troubling times of our country, sometimes I turn off the news and I pick up a book and a poem like this comes along, and you just can't not ignore the fact that our country is headed in the wrong direction, in my opinion. And I know there's people in the chambers here who wanted to talk about something, and I think that there are opportunities for us to voice our opinions and to speak on where our country is headed, not only at the ballot box, but just at the dinner table. They say politics start at the dinner table. So talk to your friends, talk to your families. We do have to come together. I just wanted to bring that up before we stand and do the Pledge of Allegiance, that we should be united. And I just feel we haven't been. So I wanted to bring this poem before us. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, very appropriate. Thank you. And now the Pledge of Allegiance. May I please request that everyone keep their microphones muted unless it's your turn to speak. As a reminder, testimony must pertain to items on the meeting agenda. When testifying, please direct your remarks to the council and not to any individual council member or member of the public. Each testifier will be allowed to speak for up to 3 minutes per item. For individuals wishing to testify on Teams, please click the raise your hand button to be added to the testifier log. If you are calling in, please follow the phone prompts to be added to the log. If you wish to testify anonymously, please sign in as anonymous and you will be given a testifier number. Decorum shall be maintained at all times. Any person who behaves in a manner that disrupts, disturbs, or impedes the orderly conduct of any council meeting can, at the discretion of the presiding officer or a majority of present council members, be ejected or banned from council meetings, or if participating remotely, muted or dropped from the meeting. Examples of disruptive behavior include, but are not limited to, heckling, shouting, use of profanity, threatening or slanderous remarks made to any member of the council, staff, or general public. All meeting attendees, whether online or in person, are expected to wear clothing in a manner that is respectful of others and appropriate for these proceedings. For example, attendees should wear a shirt when testifying. Ms. Clerk, please proceed.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Proceeding, well, initially I wanted to acknowledge the presence of First Deputy Mimi Desjardins, and then moving on to presentation of written or oral testimony. So at this time, individuals may testify on any item on today's agenda. Chair, the first person to testify is Lauren Akitake. She'll be testifying on Resolution 25-179 and Bill 129. She'll be followed by Lynn McEwen.
Good morning, Chair, Vice Chair, and council members. It's great to see you all today. As you know, my name is Lauren Akitake. I'm the Executive Director, Legal Counsel to the Board of Ethics. I'm here to speak in support of Resolution 25-179 and Bill 129 regarding hiring our investigator part-time and setting her salary. Firstly, thank you for approving our investigator as a DM 89 and my assistant's salary at your September 8th meeting. We've been fully staffed for about 4 weeks now, and we're moving forward in important ways. We were all set for our October 8th meeting. Our agenda was OIP approved and OEV translated. And then the automated email regarding the posting of our agenda did not go out. All systems were go, except the one that wasn't. After discussing with OIP, we decided to cancel the meeting. It was the right call, and we appreciate everyone's patience. Time-sensitive matters, including financial disclosure statements and lobbyist registrations, will be addressed at our special rules meeting, rules revision meeting on October 22nd. One of the proposed revisions would authorize my office to review financial disclosure statements that will drastically reduce the wait time for an acknowledged and received financial disclosure statement. On a positive note, our Attorney of the Day service is very popular. I'm receiving a high volume of calls and emails. I'm finishing my week number 10, and I've given 25 informal advisory opinions. As part of my first 100 days, I'm continuing to meet with a range of people and will conduct a survey to gather county and community feedback. Also, we'll be updating our lobbyist rules, looking to extend the board's jurisdiction over former county employees to 6 years, and reviewing our gift rules. Thank you for your time and consideration. I'm very optimistic about the direction the Board of Ethics is going in, and I respectfully request that Resolution 25-179 and Bill 129 be passed. I'm happy to serve as a resource if there are any questions when the agenda items come up.
Thank you. I highly doubt that that will be necessary, but are there any clarifying questions, members? But
Thank you.
you're welcome to stay
Thank
with
you.
us.
Thank you.
Chair, the next testifier is Lynn McEwen, testifying on Bill 154. She'll be followed by Marnie Masuda.
Good morning, Council. My name is Lynn McEwen, and I'm the Executive Director of Pro Arts Playhouse in South Maui. I'm here to testify on behalf of Bill 154 for our Pono project. I just wanted to acquaint any of you who are not familiar with Pro Arts. We are a small community and performing arts center in South Maui. To let you know a little bit about what we do in our 24-25 season, we hosted 257 events. We were named the Outstanding Nonprofit Business at the Maui Mayor's Small Business Awards. We were voted the favorite local theater in Hawaii in the 2025 Broadway World Awards, and we supported over 150 artists and gave over $12,000 worth of free tickets to those to fire survivors and those in financial need. We take our commitment to the community extremely seriously, and the Pono Project is our way of consolidating and moving and expanding a program that we do where we want to elevate those in the community with marginalized voices. This allows us to celebrate the diversity of the community, educate on the challenges and Maui's history, particular challenges faced here in Hawaii, and it allows us to really elevate the voices of many of the nonprofits we work with. That's a lot of what we do, is work with other community groups, nonprofits, school groups. We had over 30 outreach programs last year in which we worked with groups like the Maui on Stage Youth and Education Program, the Root School. This is our way of giving voice to a lot of folks through holidays like Juneteenth, International Women's Day, and other events to celebrate marginalized people and educate. We are very fortunate to have a diverse group that comes into Pro Arts. We have a large mix of locals, tourists, and those part-time residents as well, and we take our commitment to making sure that we not only entertain, but educate in everything that we do. And this project allows us to do that on a greater scale and do so with giving more back to the community and to the artists and nonprofits who make these events possible. Thank you so much for your time and consideration.
Thank you. Members, questions? We have one from Pro Tem Kama.
Hi, Lynn. Nice to see you.
Aloha, nice to see you.
I've been to the Pro Arts, and I really like when I go and attend
Thank
some
you.
of your plays and things.
Even-
But have you ever done one on Hawaiian history?
We actually have a Hawaiian Arts and Culture series. We've done, I believe, 12 events so far in recent. And what we do is we have artists speak on. Some have spoken about their connection to the Aina. Some have spoken about, for instance, the roots of Pidgin language. We've had Uncle George Kahumoko. We've had Kumuhina come and educate on the history of Mahu culture. So yeah, we have an entire series dedicated to that, and I want to infuse even more of our events with that as well.
So how do you advertise, when you folks are putting on something exciting,
Well,
like
we
you always do?
We have actually a volunteer who puts us on every single event calendar on the island. We use social media. We use Maui News. We were very lucky to be featured on the cover of the Arts and Culture series, I believe 22 times last year, of the Maui News, sorry. We also do some radio, and we really try to work with the nonprofits that we work to reach their individual groups as well. And I was just on a call yesterday with the folks at Maui Nui Strong to make sure that we can expand the message of our Access for All program. I really try to use every avenue at my disposal. We work with Akaku oftentimes to expand on that, and anything that we're able to that we're not bound by our licensing agreements, we try to err on Akaku so that we have expanded accessibility to those who can actually attend at our location.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Sounds wonderful.
Thank you.
Questions? If not, thank you very much.
Chair, the next testifier is Marnie Masuda. She'll be testifying on Committee Report 25-64 to be followed by Jake Carlton.
Aloha, Council. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Hi. Thank you so much. I'm here to just comment on CR 2564, which pertains to our Maui Police Department responding if there's an alarm at the National Guard post here, which on the surface seems fine. But I just wanted to point out a pattern and that we're seeing on the federal level. And these are not normal times. And so when business as usual resolutions and bills come across, I think it's very, very important that the appropriate amount of scrutiny and vigilance is applied when it has to do with anything coming from the federal government right now. The Trump administration has promised to target the enemy from within. The memo that came out, National Security Presidential Memo 7, specifically states that anyone who is speaking out against traditional marriage, American values, anyone, you can look at it, but there's a long list of indices which red flag groups or individuals as potential stochastic terrorists. Nowadays, stochastic terrorism can be anything, any rhetoric that somebody somewhere maybe connected that statement to something they did. This administration and our FBI, under Kash Patel, are, instead of investigating crimes or crimes that are about to be committed, they're looking for reasons to make the opposition criminals. Maui Indivisible is a unfailingly peaceful, almost, laughingly so sometimes. We dance, we sing, whatever. But, and so is National Indivisible. We are on the list, the watch list. National Indivisible is. Indivisible's never done anything. We believe in peace. We believe in, democracy. We're fighting for democracy in a peaceful way. There are a lot of other groups, probably groups here in Hawaii, that are pro-Native Hawaiian that are showing up on those lists. And a sticker on the back of a truck that says Defend Hawaii with a gun. While that's not very peaceful, and I have my own position on that, that might be considered stochastic terrorism, and that person could get arrested for having that sticker on their car under this new memo. And so I'd like you just to look with scrutiny at anything where we're using county resources and directing them toward the federal government, because we need to be very careful and very vigilant at this point. Thank you. Thank you.
Could you hold on a second? I see Tamara, Member Paulton's hand up. Do you have a question for the testifier?
Hi, Tamara.
Thank you, Chair. I just wanted to clarify that we filed this bill. We're not going to be passing it.
No,
And
that's another
we can
bill.
still do it anyway.
No, this
I'm
is.
clear that as an occupied nation for the past 132 years, this is very dangerous times. But the bill has been filed because they can do it without our approval. So I just wanted to clarify if you knew that.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Ms. Paulton. I'm not testifying on Bill 92 right now. I'm testifying on the use of our resources to protect the National Guard post.
Okay.
I'm aware that's the one I'm talking about that went through my committee and I filed it.
Okay.
So we're voting on filing it today because they can do it without our approval because there's no money involved and it's within the scope of their normal work. So that's what I was speaking to. I was speaking to what you were speaking
Okay,
to.
I'm
so
sorry.
I just wanted to clarify if you were aware of that.
I'm under the assumption that when we use our, we have too few Maui police officers, and whenever they are being used for federal work now, that's a resource that is funded by the county. And so I just think we need to consider how we're using our resources, especially when they are so overburdened at this point.
I just wanted to let you know we got a legal opinion that they can move forward without our approval from the Corporation Council, and if you're aware, but okay. I understand. Thank you.
Thank you
Chair.
so much.
Okay, but we can opt not to help. All right.
That's okay.
Any other
That's good.
questions?
Yes.
Vice Chair
Yeah, so,
Sugimura.
I just want to ask you then, you're hoping, or what you're testifying on, you don't want the police department to help our Hawaii National Army National Guard in case of some kind of disaster or emergency?
No, these are alarms.
Oh, yeah,
To
no.
respond to alarms.
They're alarms. They bought a
at
new
their at their facilities.
Okay, so you don't want the police to respond to alarms in case of a problem?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that the proper amount of scrutiny, normally, this would be fine, and it is fine. But the public wants to have scrutiny over any partnership with the federal government. And they have, people ask, can't the National Guard protect their own facility? They're the military. Those kind of questions come up. So in normal times, but this isn't normal times. So we just want
Thank
to
you.
understand better. That's all.
Thank you.
Okay.
Any other clarifying questions? If not, thank you very much.
Thank you all.
Chair, the next testifier is Jake Carlton, testifying on Committee Report 25-64. He'll be followed by Leslie Milner.
Aloha, honorable council members. My name is Jake Carton. I'm an activist with Maui Indivisible. I'm here to both speak to Council Resolution 2564 regarding the MPD now responding to intruder alarms at National Guard property, as well as a point of process about where council will decide, possibly today, to send Bill 92 to. I just want to be clear, I'm not speaking to the merits of Bill 92.
We won't be taking up 92 at all.
Okay, not even where it gets sent.
Yes, not even where it gets sent.
Okay, I will respect that.
Thank you.
Why are stretched county tax dollars and MPD resources being devoted to help the military defend itself? Is the county also helping Trump send our state's guard to other states, like red states, while we are guarding their property? What is the priority ranking of the MPD response to these alarms? Will MPD not respond to our 911 calls because they are responding to an intruder at guard facilities while the guard is sent to another state? We understand that Corporation Counsel says this bill has no financial implications or is outside the MPD scope of work, and so advises this only need be a filing rather than a budget committee passage and 2 voted readings for passage, unlike Bill 92. Yet we are wondering what is happening at the MPD as the chief is stretching our resources to help the federal government with this bill, as well as other bills which directly pay for FBI agents or pay for guards at their facilities here on Maui. This is the same federal administration that is cutting our budgets right now, yet they want our resources to help them carry out a campaign that is throughout our nation, terrorizing our communities here with Homeland Security raids that the FBI now is aiding across the country, with almost half of the FBI assigned to that, helping National Guard go across the nation and invade cities where people are being peaceful, and judges, federal judges, are agreeing that that is an improper invasion and a violation of federal law. Do we really want to enable the administration in doing this? And we call upon the council to have a conversation with the MPD chief to ask what is happening at the MPD. Thank you, honorable council members.
Thank you. Any clarifying questions? If not, thank you very much.
Chair, the next testifier is Budget Director Leslie Milner, who will be testifying on Bills 149, 153, and 154.
Aloha, Chair. Aloha, council members. So I will start with Bill 154. We'll go in numerical order. This is a new grant. So this is amending Appendix A, Part 1 of the fiscal year 26 budget for the Department of Water Supply to add $1,526,031 from the Environmental Protection Agency. These funds will be used to demolish and replace the 250,000-gallon Haiku Kahikoa tank. So we are asking for floor action today so that they can access those funds and get started as soon as possible. Bill 153. This is, as you may recall, during the fiscal year 26 budget session, there's funding under the Open Space Fund for the Hana Business Council for $2.1 million for the purchase of 20 Uwala Road. In our initial discussions, it seemed the Open Space Fund was the right fit for this project, but as we received the application and more details on the work they're going to be doing, the Open Space Fund was too restrictive. We think we could have tweaked the project to fit, but in light of the good work they want to do on that property, it seemed more appropriate to find a different funding source. We reached out to the Department of Management Office of Recovery, and Mr. Smith is very supportive of the project, so we're asking to delete the line item from the open space funds and add conditional language under the Office of Recovery. There are no additional funds needed. And finally, Bill 154, which was already spoken to, for the South Maui residency area under the Office of Economic Development, adding a new line item for $49,570 for ProArts for the Pono project. So thank you for your consideration of that, and I'm happy to be a resource when the items come up. Thank you, Chair.
Any clarifying questions, members? Yes, Member Johnson.
Just in case, can we keep you as a resource today? Are you available?
Thank you, Chair. I have a meeting at 10:15, but it should be a short one, so I will be available.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Yeah, could you?
I was wondering if Ms. Milner could repeat the recovery funds portion. What area is that going for?
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Councilmember Paulton. Yes, this will be in HANA for the HANA Business Council to purchase a property that will include a resiliency hub, community kitchen, and other activities.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
Thank you, Chair.
Okay, so you'll come back, yeah?
Always for you, Chair.
All right, thanks. You flatter me. Okay, we vote now. We'll vote now then for you. Just kidding. Next.
Chair, currently, Ms. Milner was the last testifier, so we'll go ahead and give last call for testimony. Anybody wishing to testify, please make your way to the podium. I see JC Law making his way down.
Aloha kakahiaka, aloha kako, sorry, kako, and aloha akaku. I'm JC Law from Waiakoa, Ahupua'a, Kulauka. Good news, Mr. Johnson. Well, sorry about that yesterday. I see your fellow member Yuki Lei over there, so you guys are like together again. I'm sorry for your meeting yesterday for the climate change thing. And this has to do with the,
That's not on the agenda.
Let's stick to the agenda.
right, the opening remarks by Gabe Johnson. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay,
So yeah, thank you for that. We got a good rain up in Kula last night, so maybe something that you did might have helped out there. I really liked your poem. I'm going to look that up. That was like one of the better poems I've heard in my life, other than it was about the country that I'm from. Ironically, I did have some guns, and I think I might want to plead the fifth on this, but I was supposed to be addressing Shirley. Sorry about that. I might have transported some guns across state lines over there in Virginia before I came over here. I don't think my uncle will testify against me, but he probably is one of those. I might have not should have gave him to him because he was one of those coal country Republicans up in Pennsylvania. I just wanted to say that, so yeah, I had to give my guns up because I really couldn't, I don't think I could have put them on a plane and took them to Hawaii, but I wish I did because I like that Defend Hawaii bumper sticker. And they got me as a felon for driving a vehicle without a license. So what does that got to do with guns? I don't know, but supposedly, I haven't really checked out the exact statement of the law, but I'm not allowed to have a gun now to defend myself against whoever's coming after me because I'm a felon from America. I don't know, figure that one out. So whenever I have trouble trying to figure all this stuff out, I think of Queen Liliuokalani, Oni Pa'a. Thank you for your time, and I give the rest of my time to the Hawaiians.
questions, members? None? Ms. Clark?
Chair, we had an additional testifier signed up. Jim Langford, please let us know which item you'll be testifying on.
Aloha. Thank you, Council. I actually just lost the number. It was the number of the bill regarding the National Guard and funding Maui Police Order of Operations. What was the number of that?
2564.
152? Oh, pardon my manners. Thank you so much, Chair. So in light of what we've heard today from other testifiers, and thank you to ProArts for being a great vehicle to get the word out in the community, strengthening our community, but specifically on the National Guard budgets and things. I believe, to echo the previous testifier, as I was saying, there's a need for accountability on the funds and how, if the rewards and the capital are aligned with constitutional precedents that are aligned with our community vision. And, so I've noticed since we signed the peace measure a week or so ago, things have turned the tide. So I invite us now, when approaching police and federal matters, let's not be on the fear side. I invite us all to remember our oath of aloha. And in the opening remarks, we're not defined by guns. We've seen on Netflix recently Chief of War, and how allowing colonial behavior, or that's a bad word to say, allowing behavior that doesn't balance the consumption rate with the ability for the Aina to breathe without being harmed. So I invite us all to not be on the fear side of this moment in history. You all feel, I all feel your hearts more empowered and less fearful with the information and the facts that you have to go forward. So our National Guard can protect itself, and our police can answer for the pressures they're receiving, the contingencies, as well as the executive branch. You folks are in a position to say, hey, we don't have money for that. And I'm sorry, you guys are under pressure, and whatever they have to pressure the executive branch is not your problem. And I'm sorry for any pressures that you may have felt from me going through grief from the wildfires.
3 minutes.
And thank you. I love you. And please continue to let that aloha light guide you, so we're defined by that, not by the poetry we heard earlier. God bless you all, each breath. Aloha.
Thank you. Any questions, members?
Yes, ma'am.
If not, thank you very much.
Chair, currently there is no one else signed up to testify at the beginning of the meeting, so we'll go ahead and give last call for anyone wishing to testify at the beginning of the meeting. Seeing no one, counting down 3, 2, 1. Chair, there's no one indicating they wish to testify at the beginning of the meeting.
Any objections to closing public testimony and accepting written testimony for the beginning of the meeting? So ordered, Ms. Clerk.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Currently, there is no one signed up to testify on the county communications, so we'll go ahead and give last call. Anyone wishing to testify in county communications, please let us know. Chair, seeing none, counting down 3, 2, 1. No one to testify in county communications.
Members, any objections to closing public testimony and accepting written testimony on county communications? So ordered, Ms. Clerk.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Before you is County Communication 25-20 from Council Chair Lee, transmitting a proposed amendment to Resolution 25-179 entitled Setting the Annual Salary for the Investigator of the Board of Ethics under Section 2.56.080 Maui County Code.
Member Hodgins.
Thank you, Chair. If there are no objections, may I please ask the clerk to also call up CC 25-21?
Any objections, members? If not, Ms. Clerk.
Thank you, Madam Chair. County Communication 25-21 from Council Chair Lee, transmitting a proposed amendment to Bill 129, 2025, entitled The Bill for an Ordinance Establishing that the Board of Ethics positions for investigator and administrative assistant may be filled on a part-time basis and paid on a prorated basis.
Member Hodgins.
Thank you, Chair. These county communications pertain to amendments to legislation posted further down the agenda. If there are no objections, may I please request that they be postponed until when we discuss Resolution 25-179 and Bill 129, 2025, respectively.
No objections, so ordered. Ms. Clerk.
Chair, we're moving on to committee reports. There is no one currently signed up to testify, so we'll give last call. Oh, here comes Mr. Law.
Sorry, Chair Lee, I know you're trying to get home for lunch. Committee reports, the National Guard thing. I spoke on this a little bit about at the committee meeting, and I just wanted you, I didn't know if you guys saw in the Honolulu Star newspaper that said the Hawaii National Guard has met their recruitment needs for this year. That's it.
Okay, thank you.
Chair, there's no one else
Questions?
signed up to testify on committee reports. Oh, sorry, I cut you off. Were there any questions?
That's right. Go ahead. No questions.
So this will be last call. If there's anyone who would like to testify in committee reports, this is your opportunity. The countdown is 3, 2, 1. Chair, there's no one indicating a desire to testify.
Any objections to closing public testimony and accepting written testimony on committee reports? So ordered, Ms. Clerk.
Chair from the Disaster Recovery International Affairs and Planning Committee is CR 2564, recommending filing of Bill 121, 2025 to authorize the mayor to enter into an intergovernmental agreement for the Department of Police to respond to alarms at Hawaii Army National Guard facilities in the county.
I don't see Member Paulton, so Member Hodgins.
Thank you, Chair. I move to adopt the recommendation in CR 25-64.
Moved by Member Hodgins, seconded by Member Pro Tem Kama, to approve the recommendations in Committee Report 25-64. Discussion, Member Hodgins.
Thank you again, Chair. Your Disaster Recovery International Affairs and Planning Committee met on September 24th, 2025 to discuss Bill 121. By correspondence dated on September 12th, 2025, a Deputy Corporation Counsel determined that the proposed intergovernmental agreement under Bill 121 does not place a financial obligation on the county. Therefore, Council's authorization is not required under Code Section 2.20.020, and your committee voted 7-0 to recommend the filing of Bill 121. And at this time, I respectfully ask the members' support of my motion. Thank you.
Any more discussion? Vice Chair Sugimura.
Thank you. Unfortunately, I missed the discussion in committee. And I just want to get from Corp Counsel that there are no, I think what was discussed was, or committee report, there's no financial obligation. So this is not needed. I just want confirmation.
Corp Counsel.
Thank you, Chair. Trying to determine whether an intergovernmental agreement has a financial obligation or not is sometimes very difficult. Our department is going to recommend that we amend Chapter 2.20 to make it clearer going forward, because we oftentimes have long discussions about whether or not we can foresee a financial obligation in an intergovernmental agreement, although on its face it says it has wording that perhaps could be interpreted as not having one. So it's a difficult challenge. We err on the side of bringing them to council, because that way, again, the public also is aware of what's going on. I'm not going to second guess the deputy that was in that meeting. If they came to that decision, then I'm going to support that. But I do think that there are some amendments to that chapter that really could help us moving forward in making sure that this doesn't become a larger discussion than it needs to be. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any more questions or discussion?
Member Paulton has her hand up.
Member Paulton.
Thank you. I just did want to clarify that we did an official transmittal, and there's a in writing response that this doesn't meet that Maui County Code 2.20.020. So it's all in writing, and we asked the question in writing, we got the answer in writing, and so we're not trying to waste anybody's time here.
Thank you. Any more discussion? If not, all those in favor of the motion, please raise your hand and say aye. Say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 ayes and 2 excused. Motion carries. Ms. Clerk.
Chair from the Housing and Land Use Committee is CR 2565, recommending first reading of Bill 40 CD1 2025-1, amend the county's residential workforce housing policy to promote the retention of units available for owner occupancy. 2, expedite the county's acquisition of residential workforce housing units by exempting their purchase from the requirement of council approval. 3, increase the deed restriction period for ownership units to preserve their benefit to the community. And 4, make other refinements to the policy to foster the production and protection of the county's residential workforce housing units.
Pro Tem Kama.
Thank you, Chair. I move to adopt the recommendation in Committee Report 25-65.
Second.
Moved by Pro Tem Kama, seconded by Vice Chair Sugimura, to approve the recommendations in CR 25-65. Discussion, Pro Tem Kama.
Your Housing and Land Use Committee met on March 20th, 2025, May 14th, 2025, and September 24th, 2025, to consider Bill 40, 2025, to amend the Maui County Code relating to residential workforce housing. Bill 40 was introduced as a result of your committee's deliberations on Bills 12 and 74, 2023, and Bill 22, 2024, all relating to residential workforce housing. Your committee's deliberations on those bills, which occurred earlier this year, involved resource persons ranging from housing administrators from other states to local financial experts and housing advocates. After several meetings, your committee produced the version of Bill 40 posted today, which seeks to promote the retention of units available for owner occupancy and foster the protection of the county's residential workforce housing units. The ways Bill 40 CD1 accomplishes this includes separating the deed restriction periods for multifamily and two-family ownership units from single-family ownership units and setting the deed restriction period as follows. For multifamily and two-family units, 12 years for the below moderate income group, 10 years for the moderate income group, 8 years for the above moderate income group. And for single-family units, 15 years for the below moderate income group, 12 years for the moderate income group, and 10 years for the above moderate income group. Requiring ownership units to be owner-occupied in perpetuity or used in perpetuity as long as long-term rentals under conditions established in the bill, unless a waiver is granted by the Department of Housing, and allowing the county to purchase the residential workforce housing units if no resident on the unit wait list purchases the units. Your committee voted 8-0 to recommend passage of Bill 40 CD1 2025 on first reading. And I do have an ASF for the body to consider. And referencing my ASF, I move to amend Bill 40 CD1 2025, Section 6, Code Section 2.96.090D, pages 9 and 10, as shown in my ASF.
We have a request for a recess from Member Paulton, so she has time to read the ASF.
Okay.
Because she's going through TSA right now.
Oh, okay.
So,
How much time?
members,
What does she need? 15 minutes?
well, I'll say come back at 10:15. Right?
Chair, can we just get a second before we recess?
Part-
Can we just get a second on the motion before we recess? Okay.
The second on the, did you make the motion
Yes,
or
I
you're
did.
still explaining?
No, I did. I made it.
On the ASF, okay. So it was moved by Pro Tem Kama, seconded by Member Hodgins. Okay,
On the ASF.
to approve the ASF, and then we'll come back for further discussion at 10:15, okay? Members, meeting in recess.
10.
Will the council meeting of October 10th, 2025, please reconvene? Members, if there are no objections, I am recommending that we table this item for now until we have Member Paulton back. Yeah, but I don't know if she had a chance to read. Did you have a chance to read the ASF? Going through the line, Member Paulton?
I just made it through the TSA. I had a couple questions about the ASF, but I'm ready to proceed.
Okay. All right. Questions? We're in the discussion. So Member Paulton.
Thank you, Chair. I guess my main question is I'm not aware of the Department of Housing having created a list yet. So just wanted to clarify that until the actual county housing list has been created, since there's nobody on the list, then it goes straight to the county.
Anybody want to answer that? Is housing Well, I guess we're going to have to wait for housing to appear.
Okay, then let's table it, I guess.
Okay, table it till we have more people, resources. All right, so what's the next item?
Chair, we're moving into ordinances and
But in the meantime, can someone contact housing? Okay.
Chair, so we're on public testimony for ordinances, and currently we only have one person signed up, and that's the Royal House of Hawaii.
Okay. Hello. You ready to testify, Royal House of Hawaii?
Aloha.
Aloha.
This is the Royal House of Hawaii, an olorio land tenant and heir under Hewa Hewa Royal Patent and Land Commission Award 3237 Apana 2. And I'm just wondering, who are their authority, or any of the federal's authority? Because as you all should know, Hawaii is illegally occupied, and that jurisdiction should not be recognized and is actually illegal also, because the Kingdom of Hawaii still very much exists. And there is a freedom of speech also. Did any of the royal patent descendants of all the lands in Hawaii, because all of Hawaii is royal patented, were those families contacted because they're the ones that govern or actually supposed to be governing those specific lands, areas of their royal patent? Because all of Hawaii is royal patented. Were they contacted because they are the authority, the actual authority? And always remember that Hawaii is illegally occupied. And why is there like 5 different citizenries that are being used, and the different jurisdictions within that, and rules that apply to different people and in different places, when everybody is supposed to be using Kamehameha Third's laws, and the descendants are supposed to be the ones to govern that specific areas and everywhere. And please contact the Royal Patent Descendants. Mahalo.
Okay. Questions, members? If not, thank you.
Chair, there's no one else currently signed up to testify, so this will be last call for testimony on ordinances, and I see Mr. Law making his way to the podium.
Thank you, Moana. Thank you for working for the county, everybody. Thank you for working for Queen Liliuokalani. Bill 141, a bill for an ordinance amending Section 2.02.020 Maui County Code on bilingual government. Thank you, Council Services Office, for the Olelo Hawaiian agenda. I did read it most of the way through, and it's not as hard as you guys think. It just takes a little bit of practice, and some of the words are starting to pop out to me, and I can't still understand it if it was just Hawaiian words, but I'm gonna keep trying. So speaking of Hawaiian words, is ho'ohuli. Ho'o is with the little glottal stop between the O's, and huli is H-U-L-I. It says it means to cause or induce change. And I'm dedicating this one to Lanai and Mr. Johnson's Climate Change Committee meeting yesterday. I hope everybody watches that. It was very interesting, and we're at that point now. We got to do something. It ain't no waiting anymore. And I hope Larry Ellison is watching, and I hope he's ho'ohuli pono. Thank you for your time, and I reserve the rest of it for the Hawaiians.
Thank you. No questions? Okay. Ms. Clerk.
Chair, there's no one else currently signed up to testify, so this will be last call. The countdown is 3, 2, 1. Chair, there's no one indicating a desire to testify.
Members, any objections to closing public testimony and accepting written testimony on ordinances?
No objections.
So ordered. Ms. Clerk.
Chair, before you is Bill 141, 2025, a bill for an ordinance amending Section 2.02.020 Maui County Code on bilingual government.
Vice Chair Sugimura.
To pass Bill 141, 2025 on first reading.
Second.
Moved by Vice Chair Sugimura, seconded by
Member Johnson.
Member Johnson to pass Bill 141 on first reading. Any discussion?
Bill 141, 2025 extends the effective date for publishing public meeting agendas in English and Olelo, Hawaii to December 31st, 2025. This adjustment will provide additional time for some county agencies to implement the bilingual agenda requirement. I ask for the members' support of my motion.
Any more discussion? If not, all those in favor of the motion, please raise your hand and say aye.
Aye.
7 ayes, 2 excused, motion carries. Ms. Clerk.
Chair, before you is Bill 148, 2025, a bill for an ordinance amending Chapter 22.04A Maui County Code relating to the Kula Agricultural Park Committee's membership.
Vice Chair Sugimura.
Thank you. I move to pass Bill 148, 2025 on first reading.
Moved by Vice Chair Sugimura, seconded by Member Hodgins to pass Bill 148. Was it 148? Yeah, 148, 2025 on first reading. Discussion, Vice Chair Sugimura.
Thank you, Chair. This bill reduces the Kula Ag Park Committee from 11 to 9 members. In 2022, the council added 2 seats tied to the Phase 1 expansion, which is the new addition to Kula Ag Park, and the expansion still hasn't opened. The seats remain unfulfilled, and the commission has struggled to make quorum. Right sizing to 9 lowers the quorum threshold, making it easier for the committee to meet. I ask for the members' support of my motion, and if ever we build the expansion, we can look at this again. Thank you.
Any more discussion? Member Johnson.
I'm really curious of why we need to do this, because I thought it didn't take effect until the Phase 2 Ag Park was actually created. Is the language in there need to be amended? Because when I look at what you're taking out, it says one tenant of the Kula Ag Park Phase 1 expansion area to be appointed within 6 months of the Kula Ag Park Phase 1 expansion area having 1 or more tenants. So once you get the tenants, then you get that seat. I don't understand why that's not. Are we reading that wrong from Corp Counsel or something?
So they're still required to meet the 11 threshold, and it's causing quorum problems. So I just want to correct it, and we can always revisit it.
Okay, sure. Can we hear from Corp Counsel? I hear where you come from.
Corp Counsel.
Thank you, Chair. Yeah, this bill was signed off by our department. My understanding was, as Member Sugimura has stated, it had to do with quorum. and not anything about phase one, is my understanding. It was really a quorum issue because it's just not, it's too many people to try to get on there.
Okay. All right.
Okay, any more discussion? Yeah, all those in favor of the motion, raise your hand, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, 7 ayes, 2 excused, motion carries. Ms. Clerk?
Chair, the housing director is currently online. I don't know if you want to return to
members
committee report.
Okay, so Member Paulton, are you ready to board? Yes?
Yes.
Okay, will you still be able to participate?
Yes, I'm at the gate. The kids want something to eat, but they're in the bathroom and they're gonna have to wait.
All right, let's take this up then. Okay, Ms. Clerk, can you bring it back?
Sure. Chair from the Housing and Land Use Committee is CR 2465. Do you want me to read the entire title?
Well, not really, because we're on the ASF right now. And
Yes.
You already read the first
So
part.
we have a motion made by Pro Tem Kama. It was seconded by Member Hodgins.
Okay, Pro Tem Kama. Discussion part.
Paulton had the question.
Member Paulton.
Do you need me to repeat the question for Mr. Mitchell?
Please.
Yes, could you?
So
Yeah,
I
could-
read,
go ahead.
Sure. I read the ASF that the county would get the second priority if an affordable housing goes up for sale within the deed restricted period, and the next person on the county's wait list would get first priority. But my understanding is that the county Department of Housing for County of Maui hasn't yet created the wait list. So what happens in the interim? We're not gonna wait for anything to go on while we know that the county hasn't created a wait list. It would just go straight to the county, and then once the county creates the wait list, then it'll be as the bill says. Is that what the Director of Housing's understanding of the there's a dog here. Is that what the Director of Housing's understanding or implementation of this bill would be?
Director Mitchell?
Thank you, Chair Lee, and thank you, Member Paulton, for the question. As I'm jumping in cold to the discussion, if you could just rephrase that again for me. I was just trying to track for the first time what was going on. I'll be better equipped.
Sure. Was Mr. Mitchell provided the ASF that we're considering today for the first time?
I can take a look at it if it's on Granicus, but no, I just joined the meeting and then heard your question.
But first of all, Director, if I can interrupt. Director, is the wait list procedure in effect?
The wait list process procedure for
affordable housing selection. I think this is in regards to the deed restriction length of time. And in that bill 40, I believe it was, the county was going to be given first priority, and the ASF, I guess, which wasn't run by you, puts the county into the second priority. And there's some kind of dog training going on, sorry. There's allowance for the next resident on the wait list to get the first priority and the county to get the second priority. But to my understanding, we don't have a Department of Housing county wait list for affordable housing at this time. So is this ASF premature, and should we file it? Or, I mean, I would have thought it would be run by you before introducing it cold on the floor.
Member Paulson and Chair Lee, if I could just take a look at the ASF and I'll read it for a quick second. I want to make sure I'm fully apprised of what we're talking about before answering, and then I'll come right back on. If I could be afforded that opportunity, I'd appreciate it.
Okay. Did you receive it yet? You need a few minutes to read it.
I don't know if it's been emailed. Give me a second.
It has been.
Point of information, Chair.
I see it. So give me a second just to
Okay.
read through what's going on, and then I'll come back on.
And meanwhile,
Thank you.
we'll turn to Deputy Corp Counsel.
Okay, thank you, Chair. So the section that is being amended, 296090D, has been in effect for quite some time. There is a waitlist procedure already in place that's required to be used by the developers when they are trying to figure out who's going to get the units. So and Mr. Mitchell can correct me if I'm wrong, but my understanding is you are amending something that has been on the books for a long time. This does not have to do with Bill 111, I think 2023, was it 2023? Or 2024, if that's what you're referring to, Member Paulton.
Yeah. I mean, we all know that that we want it to be a certain way, but through the administrations, we're still waiting. And it would make sense if there was an actual wait list, because we know Choke folks want to buy affordable housing. But to my knowledge, there isn't a wait list yet. And so I just wanted to know, like, how does this affect it? Because there is no wait list. Would it just go straight to the county's opportunity? Unless there's a wait list that I don't know about, then I got to tell Choke folks get on their wait list.
Can I respond?
Yes.
Thank you. So if you look at 296090D, the waitlist procedure, it says the developer, its partner, or its management company shall establish wait lists. So this wait list language refers to the wait list that is generated by the developer, its partner, or its management company when it gets interested applicants for a particular development. That is the language that's being amended. So my understanding, and again, Mr. Mitchell can chime in, but when these, say, for example, Wailuku Apartments goes up for, opens, the developer produces a wait list.
I don't know that this is prudent, because, like, we're talking about the deed restricted period, which is, like, I think, could be potentially up to 15 years. And are we expecting the developer to even still be around to still maintain that list for people on that list to be in the same situation they are up to potentially that long into the future? I kind of feel like we should pass a clean bill, and if somebody wants to amend it, they can take it back to committee. This is like committee work on the council floor. When we did so much work on this bill, it's been going on really since my first term in office. We got it up to, I proposed 20 years, we got it up to 50 years. People wanted to do a bunch of presentations. The term ran out, the mayor vetoed it. I just want to pass a clean bill, and if we want to make additional little tweaks, you introduce your own bill and go to committee, because this is kind of ridiculous last minute kind of stuff where we don't even know what's going on. It hasn't been talked through. The housing director wasn't even consulted.
I don't think she's understanding.
So I would vote to file it right now. This is like out of left field in the 11th hour to me.
So just table,
Like, we don't even have all the members present.
table it.
Pro Tem
That's
Carla?
my
Can we
feeling.
table this?
I move to file this ASF.
Just table it.
Okay, there's a motion on the floor.
Oh, then.
Yeah, I move to amend the motion to file the ASF. And if it needs to be taken up, it can be taken up in Member Commerce Committee as a new bill. Because we worked
We can take it back.
over a long period of time on this bill, and I just like to pass a clean bill instead of being in the international airport and like yelling and stuff like that with half our members gone because it's fall break.
Yeah,
Okay,
fur-
I can
further
take it back, Chair, the
discussion.
ASF, but I still do want to pass out the
Chair, we don't have a second yet.
Bill 40.
Okay,
But is
the
that-
the motion is to file this item. So is
No,
there
the
a
ASF,
second?
file the ASF.
Or to file the
Motion is to
ASF?
file the ASF.
To file the ASF. Is there a second?
What do you want?
I'll second that.
Okay, So Member Johnson seconded it. Now, we actually heard the discussion. Any more discussion, Member Paulton?
Sorry, I guess I did my discussion before I made the motion to file the ASF, and I stand on that discussion.
Okay. Any more discussion?
I'm going to be voting no, Chair. That's my discussion.
Okay.
Any more discussion? All right, roll call.
Councilmember Pro Tempore Kama,
No.
Vice Chair Sugimura,
No.
Councilmember Paulton,
Aye.
Councilmember Johnson,
Yes.
Councilmember Rollins Fernandez,
Excused.
Councilmember Cook,
No.
Councilmember Hodgins,
No.
Councilmember Sinensi,
Excused.
Council Chair Lee.
No.
Chair, you have 5 noes, 2 ayes, 2 excused. Motion fails.
However, Pro Tem Kama did mention something about recommitting to your
Yes.
committee. Recommitting.
No,
No?
no. You guys are dragging this out for so long. This is from 2019. We're trying to do deed restrictions. And now you want to throw a wrench in it and you
Just
didn't
the
even
ASF.
discuss this with the Department of Housing. You're adding on extra conditions. We don't know the developers hold those lists for 15 years. This is ridiculous. Come on, you guys.
No, this is a motion to recommit the ASF. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. I'm not saying that.
No. The Pro Tem Kama.
The bill that we worked on for how many months and years. And this is just a stall tactic.
Tomorrow, we're just recommitting the ASF back to committee. But the vote for the deed restrictions is how it's going forward.
Any more discussion?
Did she understand that?
If Corporation Council can explain to me how that works, because
Okay, Deputy Corp Counsel?
all kind of dogs here.
Thank you, Chair. So I think the request is to recommit to committee ASF. I'm not sure that that's possible. I would defer to Mr. Rotz.
Mr. Rotz?
Thank you, Chair. The council's practices this term under the rules of the council are to refer to committee bills and resolutions for recommendation. So I don't think the distributed ASF would be in order. It could be converted into a new bill at some point, perhaps, or used as
I'd be supportive of
ASF
that.
in committee. But, I think the bill itself is still pending before the body at the moment, just to clarify. Thank you.
No, so the question is, the motion
I'd
actually,
be supportive of a new bill with the ASF incorporated into it and just passing this version clean. And then the new bill could amend the bill that we pass through discussion, not on the council floor. I'd be supportive of that.
look, wait. Member Hodgins?
I would prefer not to recommit the bill because we've had this discussion ad nauseum at this point. I would like to get the Bill 40 passed. I think what's confusing is that this ASF has nothing to do with the county's list, but rather when an affordable housing provider and they sell their homes, they have to create a list. And I'm assuming that the county wants to have second priority on the list, but this has nothing, they don't need to maintain a list for 15 years or however long, but rather doing the selling portion of when the homes are available for purchase. That's what I'm understanding this is doing. However, I get that I'm probably the only person on this council who has worked with affordable housing providers and has participated, except you, Chair, on a list. So I understand this, but I know it might be confusing for other people. I would like to pass Bill 40 now. We've had that conversation. However, if it needs to be further discussed, what this amendment is doing, I think that should be a separate conversation, but I'm ready to pass Bill 40. And this can be held if necessary, and we can discuss it in committee, but I'm okay to pass Bill 40 today. I don't want it to be recommitted to committee.
Okay, and further discussion, Member Johnson.
I agree, Chair. There's been a lot of work on this, and the fact that the housing director didn't have much input on this, no, he didn't even know. We've been trying to get the housing department to do the portal so we can get this thing up and running, and waiting for this portal, waiting for the county to take over the wait list. It was Bill 11, 2021. That's how long, okay? So I'm kind of frustrated with the slowness of this, but also I agree that we have been on this bill for a long time. I'm ready to vote on it. And if there is more tweaks, then let's go back, let's have the committee come up with some tweaks to it. But at this point, I'm ready to move forward. I really wish the administration would catch up. But I want to thank Councilmember Kama for doing the work here. So let's get going, is what I say. Thanks, Chair.
Any more discussion, Pro Tem Kama?
I think I want to be able to pass the bill 40 on the floor if we can, without attaching it to the ASF, that we can have more discussion on, because I think.
You could withdraw the ASF if you wanted to.
And bring it up in committee.
No, it would be a separate item. A new item, either be a reso, a bill, or a 7B. It wouldn't be an ASF, an amendment all by itself.
What were the options? Because the way I look at this is it's a cleaner version of the bill, and it cleans up other portions of the code that makes it very clear, at least to me. And I'm sorry that everybody didn't understand that, but all the more reason that Tamara's on her way back and has a lot of distractions where she's at, and we have two missing members that would probably want to be participants in this conversation.
Yeah.
So
I was just going to say, quite frankly, I was going to vote no on both. but I'm not the type to, try and get my way on anything. And I would want to make sure that Member Rollins-Fernandez and Member Sinensi and everybody has a chance, to participate on something as important as this. And then we have Member Paulton wanting to, move forward with it, but I don't know that you may or may not have the votes. I don't know. Whose hand was up? Member Johnson?
Why don't we take the vote on the bill unamended, and then in your committee, you can bring up a bill with these things in here?
Yes, you can do that.
And that way it's nice and clean. I think, because, this is first reading, we are kind of getting into the weeds here, and I appreciate all the work you did in your committee. I think it's ready, and we can move forward and let the votes fall where they may. Councilmember Kama.
Okay, I'm with you, Mr. Johnson, and with Member Paulton and Member Hodgins and Member Cook, and you too, Chair.
What's that?
I'm with you all. Let's go.
Well, I don't get emotional about these things. It's business. This is part of our business. And everybody's giving, their best point of view. And so I am not judging that at all. I'm just saying, in all fairness, I don't know if there's enough votes for this thing to pass, if you want to push it. Well, first of all, you're going to withdraw your ASF motion. Okay, so you're the move on. And who's the second there?
Member Hodgins.
You withdrawing your second. Okay, so the ASF is off the table. So we're just on the bill itself, which is, so Bill 40, is it Bill 40?
Yes, it's under Committee Report 2565.
So we're back to Bill 40 all by itself. Yeah, there is a motion to pass and a second. And so I want to make sure that, so the number of people left would be 7. 7 to vote, and I'm not going to be on the prevailing side, so you're looking at 6 people that's going to determine what's going to happen. Yeah? Any further discussion? Roll call.
Councilmember Pro Tempore, Kama.
Yes.
Vice Chair Sugimura.
No.
Councilmember Paulton.
Aye.
Councilmember Johnson.
Yes.
Councilmember Rollins Fernandez.
Excused.
Councilmember Cook.
No.
Councilmember Hodgins.
Aye.
Councilmember Sinensi.
Excused.
And Council Chair Lee.
No.
Chair, you have 4 ayes, 3 noes, 2 excused. Motion fails.
We just have to bring it back again another way. No, it's failed, period. No, it doesn't automatically go back. It has to be revived through another bill. That's why I said, are you guys counting the votes? I mean, I don't know what else to tell you.
Well, I'd ask you guys to reconsider. I mean, we were all in these meetings where we hammered out the details. I conceded some of my things. Councilmember Kama conceded some of her things. Why can't we all vote on this as a body? I mean, surely your voice was heard, Chair Lee, in the committee. I mean, I don't know why we can't pass this, because we all kind of gave up something to get something, and now we got nothing.
Well, that's why I said, there are 2 people missing, and if we waited for them to come back, this probably could have passed. I never was supportive of this because of my experience with housing, and 296, I was ferociously against in the first place when that 296 required a 50% requirement of affordable housing. And then for years after, there was no affordable housing. So that's the reason why I never supported, and it's not like I'm changing my vote. I never did support this.
This is in regards to deed restrictions, right? This is the length of a deed restriction. And I think we said it during committee. There's other communities in the nation that look at us like you're crazy to have a 5-year deed restriction. It takes you 5 years to build the thing, So it was just an extension of deed restrictions, which I thought was kind of smart for us to keep our money as investing.
Right, and I have a totally different philosophy on that.
Okay.
Totally different. I believe that the little guy deserves a chance. And so, but that's, water under the bridge. And I was perfectly, not happy, but content to be in the minority. I knew I was in the minority, and I'll just leave me there, okay? But then this went left, right, so it's just going to have to be done in such a way, again, that that all of you will have to, go through it again and try and see if there's other areas of compromise, I guess. Member Cook.
Thank you, Chair. Just for clarification for my vote, I understand the need for the deed restrictions, et cetera. I support limiting speculation and enabling people to have homes and sort of trying to level the playing field and even balancing it out so locals have more of a leg up. My challenge, and I'm hoping when we bring this back, that we focus on actually the things that help get things built. As a builder, over the years, what I see is the things like going to keep it affordable. We need to look at how we're going to get things, how are we going to get it built? And I think the permitting and the other aspect is that I'm very sincere that I feel our local residents need a leg up, need an opportunity, need to be able to live here and afford it. Number one priority, but we need to balance the scale. and we're going to do deed restrictions, which is one way. We need to also lean on our processes, the regulatory restrictions that are with good intentions, but are preventing things from getting approved. So that's why I didn't vote for this. I want to do it, but I want to have some more balance. Thank you for the opportunity to clarify my vote.
You know, as housing director, I've worked on many, many projects. And one of the last ones I worked on was Waikapoo Gardens. And, you know, Jesse Spencer was like a saint because he provided a lot of affordable homes for people. And so 400 altogether. So a good portion were affordable and with a deed restriction of 10 years. And the other ones, the workforce, the moderate price ones, were 5-year restrictions, okay? I couldn't believe how many regular salt of the earth people refused to buy the affordables because they did not want the 10-year restriction. This is regular people, just regular people. And so they would borrow and beg from their families to help them pay for the step-up, moderately priced homes so they would have just 5 years. And many of them still live there today, but they were able, like me, I didn't buy there, but like me, we did an equity loan to put my grandson through college, to add an extra room when my daughter-in-law and her kids came, and, you know, things like that. This is what we're talking about, you know. We're not talking about speculation. Will there be speculators and people who game the system? Of course. Probably 10, 15%. But the vast majority are like people like me and you, regular people, who need that equity to pay for medical bills and grandparents living with you and all kinds of things, you know? And that's where all the restrictions are. Okay, Member Johnson.
Thank you, Chair. I know that we already voted and we shouldn't even, I mean, it's POW, but if Councilmember Cook has concerns, I wish you would have told us before you voted, because then we could have maybe made something where we could bring you 2 of yes. The other thing is, if it's the burden of the bureaucracy, where are the bills to lessen the bureaucracy? It's a yes and kind of discussion. Like, we can't just say, oh, the deed restrictions are too long, and then it's this bureaucracy. Well, then let's fix the bureaucracy and keep those deed restrictions. I mean, it's a yes and. This is a complicated process. It's a moving target. The things you mentioned, Chair Lee, those were, I wish it was those times. Now the houses are 1.2 million. Now the salt of the earth people aren't even on the table. We have to subsidize it to even get them to that table. I wish it was the days when you were the
But the 1.2
changed so much.
The 1.2 is just like my house. 1.2, that's laughable because that's an artificial number.
I wish the banks would laugh at it.
No, really. If there were more projects like Spencer's going on right now, that assessment would come right down to where it belongs. You know, but it's only up there because of lack of inventory.
I hear where you're coming from, but the fact of the matter is, the price is 1.2 million. I know it doesn't look like a $1.2 million house.
Not my house.
But there's people who are paying it in cash and driving our people out, and they have a longer deed restriction. And I wish we would have. I mean, we're doing committee work on the floor, but we did have this in committee, and we did address many members' concerns. And I appreciate Councilmember Kama for being malleable. We all came to a decision that it passed out of committee. Why wouldn't it pass out of the main body? And some of our members aren't here, and maybe that's the thing. But I felt there was a good discussion in committee. I felt that we did get we hammered out the details, and the vote's already done. So I'm going to end it here. I'm sorry to take up time, but man, how do we get stuck in this?
That it's more important. It's more important that people use housing as a piggy bank than a shelter. That's what you guys are saying. 5, 8, and 10 years of affordability? That's ridiculous. No wonder why there's no affordable housing. If it flips out of affordability in 5 years and people can dip into it like a piggy bank instead of shelter for their families.
Yeah,
This
well,
is ridiculous.
maybe some places, but on my street, we still have the original people.
Talking about it if the vote is still done and everybody else got a chance to speak, and that's what I have to say.
Okay,
This is
good.
ridiculous. We've been working on this since 2019. 5, 8, and 10 years is the very reason why we have no affordable housing besides not building stuff.
Okay, Member
It's
Uruhat,
contributing to everybody leaving, not being able to live here because all the affordable housing you have is going to be gone in 5, 8, or 10 years. You want it to be somebody's personal piggy bank instead of a public resource.
okay, that's your point of view. Member Uruhajans.
Thank you, Chair. I'm not too sure what more we can discuss in committee. I know the vote is POW, but we pretty much discussed it ad nauseum, I feel like, and I feel like we have this discussion every time we permit affordable housing. 2.96 is not going to change the entitlement process or the building permit process, which is what some people's concerns are. I know it's yours, Member Cook, and I don't disagree, except expediting the entitlement process and expediting the building permit process is not housed in 2.96. So that's completely a different subject, and that's a different bill. We didn't increase the deed restrictions too much, and it's a difficult conversation to have, because I agree with you, Chair Lee, that it does impact some people's want to purchase homes. And I get that most people don't need a deed restriction because they just want shelter to live in, and they're probably going to live there for a majority of their life. Except we do have a large transient community here, like in Kihei, like in Lahaina, where we have a lot of these homes. And so, unfortunately for me, I'm supporting this today because of the transient nature of our community right now. And if we made homes in Makawao or Paia, probably not Paia because it's been transient, but like let's say Makawao, we probably wouldn't need this because the people who want to move to Makawao are from Makawao and they've been in Makawao for their entire forever. But that's just not where we're building homes right now. And it does hurt to see how fast people sell their homes after getting it, when this is all some people dream of, is having the opportunity to buy a home. So I felt like this was a pretty solid middle ground, although I think what we need to discuss further is the equity in which the housing owner can access during the deed restriction. But that was a very long conversation that I needed to do my own research on before I felt comfortable discussing it, because like I said, we discussed it ad nauseum. So I am bummed that this bill didn't pass. And I think if we're on the prevailing side, can we request, even though I don't know how this works, that we just keep this in unfinished business?
David, can we do that?
Can we do a reconsideration and then we put it in unfinished business?
Thank you, Chair. I would defer to the county clerk as your parliamentarian if they have a different viewpoint, but our understanding is, as Councilmember Uruhajans described, a motion to reconsider would be in order. And so those who are on the prevailing side of the last failed motion would be eligible to make a motion. Thank you.
Okay. Madam Clerk?
Chair, could we take a brief recess?
A brief meeting, 11:18, 10 minutes. Hey, members, 10-minute recess.
Thank you. Thank you.
Will the meeting of October 10th please reconvene? Okay, after checking with the rules of Rosenberg and Lee, we're going to allow for the reconsideration. And so I am going to call on Vice Chair Sugimura.
So I was on the prevailing side, right?
Yes.
So
In your mic.
I moved to
Talk in your mic.
reconsider. Oh, and staff, can you bring my phone? I left my phone in the office. But anyway, I'm on the prevailing side, so I'm going to ask for the motion to be reconsidered, which will then approve Bill 40 on the floor.
Okay, wait, just the motion. So you're moving to reconsider, and there's a second, member Cook,
Thomas second.
okay?
Okay.
Okay, so what happens now is,
We'll take that motion, take the vote for 40.
yeah, and then we go, what happens if the reconsideration vote passes, then we go back to exactly where we started,
Yeah, exactly.
back
Correct.
to the consideration
Yeah.
of Bill 40,
Yeah.
okay? So, all those in favor of the reconsideration, raise your hand, say aye.
Aye.
Oh, look at that. It's unanimous. 7 ayes, 0 noes to excuse. Now, we're back, and who made that motion? No.
Chair Lee?
The original.
So under Rosenberg, where this puts you is that the matter is live before the council again. So it is as if no motion has been made. So it's
Oh,
just
brand new
the
motion.
matter. Yeah.
Okay, we need a brand new motion.
Okay.
Pro Tem Kama, wasn't it you who made the
You
motion?
move to approve.
To pass Bill 40?
Oh, I move to pass Bill 40.
Okay. Moved by Pro Tem Kama, seconded by Vice Chair Sugimura to pass Bill 40. Now, any more discussion on that?
None.
Member Paulton
None.
has her hand up, Chair.
Okay, wait, we'll get to, Member Paulton, we'll get to you afterwards.
Can we table this till all our members are present?
No need.
Actually, you probably would like the outcome of what is going to happen today.
But we can.
All right, let's move on. Further discussion, Member Vice Chair Sugimura.
Yeah, so this is, and so what's going to happen, we'll take the vote, and then whatever happens with Bill 40, and I would encourage Member Kama to take her ASF, create a new bill as it may be appropriate based upon this final outcome of Bill 40, and then put it back in her committee so that we can fix what she's trying to fix with this ASF, and talk to the housing director also.
Any more discussion? Roll call.
No need, I don't think.
Roll call.
Oh, need roll call, okay.
Councilmember Pro Tempore Tasha Kama.
Yes.
Vice Chair Yukile Sugimura.
Yes.
Councilmember Paulton.
Aye.
Councilmember Johnson.
Yes.
Councilmember Rollins Fernandez.
Excused.
Councilmember Cook.
Yes.
Councilmember Hodgins.
Yes.
Councilmember Sinensi.
Excused.
Chair Lee.
No.
Chair, you have, let's see here.
5. 6.
6 ayes, 1 no, 2 excused. Motion carries.
Okay, motion carries. Okay, very good, everybody. Thank you for your cooperation. Let's move on to the next item.
Chair, before you is Bill 149, 2025, a bill for an ordinance amending the fiscal year 2026 budget Appendix A, Part 1, Department of Water Supply, United States Environmental Protection Agency. New appropriation of $1,526,031 in Appendix C, Department of Water Supply, countywide, update project description for countywide upgrades and replacements, and increase appropriation by $1,526,031.
Vice Chair Sugimura?
I move to pass Bill 149, 2025 on first reading.
Second.
Okay, moved by Vice Chair Sugimura, seconded by Pro Tem Kama to pass Bill 149 on, what did you say, second reading?
First.
First reading.
First reading.
Discussion, Vice Chair Sugimura?
Bill 149, 2025 amends Appendix A to accept a $1,526,031 EPA grant for the Department of Water Supply. We like grants. The department intends to use the funds to demolish and replace the 250,000-gallon Haiku Kahikoa tank, which can only be used at half of its capacity because of a leakage in the tank's upper half. The bill amends the department's countywide upgrades and replacements project in Appendix C to reflect this EPA grant and the use of the funds for the Haiku Kahikoa tank replacement. I ask for member support of this motion.
Any more discussion? If not, all those in favor of the motion, please raise your hand, say aye.
Aye.
7 ayes, 2 excused, members Rollins, Fernandez, and Sinensi. Motion carries.
Thank you, members.
Next.
Thank you, Madam Chair. For referral to the Budget, Finance, and Economic Development Committee are bills 150, 2024, a bill for an ordinance amending the fiscal year 2026 budget, increasing estimated revenues, other intergovernmental by $64,469,830 capital improvement projects, Department of Water Supply countywide, and Appendix C, Department of Water Supply countywide new appropriation for $64,469,830 for countywide wildfire disaster relief projects. Bill 151, 2025, a bill for an ordinance authorizing the mayor of the county of Maui to enter into an intergovernmental agreement for a loan from the state of Hawaii's Drinking Water State Revolving Fund for countywide wildfire disaster relief projects fiscal year 2026 budget. And Bill 152, 2025, a bill for an ordinance amending the fiscal year 2026 budget, Appendix A, Part 1, Department of Housing, Community Development Block Grant CDBG Program, County-Owned Senior Affordable Rental Housing Project, Nahale Kupuna Operations, increase appropriation by $51,151.
Any objections to referring these items to the BFED committee?
No objections.
So ordered. Ms. Clerk.
Madam Chair, before you is Bill 153, 2025, a bill for an ordinance amending the fiscal year 2026 budget, Department of Management, Office of Recovery Program, add conditional language for HANA Business Council, Inc. in the amount of $2,100,000, and Appendix A, Part 2, Open Space, Natural Resources, Cultural Resources, and Scenic Views Preservation Fund, delete conditional language for HANA Business Council, Inc. in the amount of $2,100,000.
Vice Chair Sugimura.
I move to pass Bill 153, 2025 on first reading.
Second.
Moved by Vice Chair Sugimura, seconded by Pro Tem Kama, to pass Bill 153, 2025 on first reading. Discussion?
Bill 153 amends fiscal year 26 budget to add conditional language under the Department of Management Office of Recovery Program, requiring up to $2.1 million to be for HANA Business Council, Inc. to purchase 14.5 acres at 20 Uwala Road, HANA. It also deletes the $2.1 million condition in Appendix A, Part H, under the Open Space, Natural Resources, Cultural Resources, Scenic Views Preservation Fund for HANA Business Council to acquire the same property. The budget director noted that using the Open Space Fund would limit what can be done on the property, and shifting the funds to the Office of Recovery will allow HANA Business Council, Inc. to build a resilience hub, a commercial kitchen, and add cold storage to the property. I ask for the members' support of the motion. Thank you, Chair.
Any further discussion? Member Johnson.
Yeah, Chair, I was going to make the motion, but that's okay.
didn't know that.
We are all one team, one dream, and I'm going to support that motion. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you.
Sorry.
All those in favor of the motion, raise your hand. Say aye, please. 7 ayes, 2 excused. Members Rollins, Fernandez, and Member Sinensi. Motion carries. Ms. Clerk.
Thank you, Chair. Before you is Bill 154, 2025, a bill for an ordinance amending the fiscal year 2026 budget, Office of the Mayor Economic Development Program, new conditional language for Pro Arts, Inc. in the amount of $49,570.
Member Cook.
I move to pass Bill 154, 2025 on first reading.
Second.
Moved by Member Cook, seconded by Vice Chair Sugimura, to pass Bill 154, 2025 on first reading. Discussion, Member Cook.
Thank you, Chair. Bill 154, 2025 proposes to amend the fiscal year 2026 budget for the Office of the Mayor Economic Development Program by adding new conditional language for Pro Arts, Inc. in the amount of $49,570. The purpose of this amendment is to support cultural and arts programs in South Maui. This funding will enable Pro Arts, Inc. to implement the Pono project and continue providing valuable arts and cultural services to South Maui community. I respectfully ask for the members' support of my motion.
Any more discussion? If not, all those in favor of the motion, please raise your hand, say aye.
Aye.
7 ayes to excuse members Rollins, Fernandez, and Sinensi. Motion carries. Ms. Clerk.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Before you is Bill 155, 2025, a bill for an ordinance repealing Chapter 9.12 Maui County Code on pinball machines.
Member Johnson.
Thank you, Chair. I move to pass Bill 155, 2025 on first reading.
Moved by Member Johnson, seconded by Member Hodgins to pass Bill 155, 2025 on first reading. Discussion, Member Johnson.
Thank you, Chair. I'm an avid gamer, so for me and many others, this bill is long overdue. Initially enacted in 1944, the ordinance made it unlawful for any minor under the age of 18 to use or play or participate in the operation or playing of, or to loiter or linger about any machine or device known as a pinball or marble machine in which balls or marbles are protected against obstacles governing their course towards or away any various slots or receptacles. This law was effectively rendered unconstitutional by the Hawaii State Supreme Court in 1980 when addressing a similar city and county of Honolulu ordinance. This bill's passage will modernize our county's laws on pinball machines. I respectfully ask the members the full support of my motion.
Well, we'll have to think about
Oh,
that.
come on now.
Any more discussion? If not, Member Cook. Brings back memories.
I rise in full support of this.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
One silly law at a time, members.
Yeah. All those in favor of the motion, please raise your hand. Say aye.
Aye.
7 ayes to excuse members Rollins, Fernandez, and Sinensi. Motion carries. Ms. Clerk.
Chair, for referral to the Water and Infrastructure Committee is Bill 156, 2025, a bill for an ordinance amending Chapter 12.52 Maui County Code on encroachments on public rights-of-way ordinances, public rights-of-way, period.
Any objections to referring this matter to the Y Committee?
No objections.
Yep, so ordered, Ms. Clerk. Second and final.
Thank you, Chair. Moving on to the ordinances for second and final reading. Before you is Bill 21, CD1, 2025, a bill for an ordinance amending Chapter 19.36B Maui County Code to exempt parking in a specific boundary area of Lanai City.
Member Pro Tem Kama.
Chair?
Yes.
If there are no objections, may I please ask the clerk to also call Bill 78, CD1, 2025?
No objections, Ms. Clerk.
Chair, before you is Bill 78, CD1, 2025, a bill for an ordinance to change zoning from agricultural district to R2 residential district for property situated at 1550 Nukuna Place, Wailuku, Maui, Hawaii, tax map key 236007010.
Okay. Any discussion? Okay. You made the motion, and who was the second person? Seconded by Vice Chair Sugimura. No discussion?
No, Chair, we don't have a motion yet on Bills 21 or Bill 78.
Right.
Oh,
I gotta do.
I thought you made a motion. Oh, somebody said you seconded.
No.
Okay.
Chair, I move to pass Bill 21, CD1, 2025, and Bill 78, CD1, 2025 on second and final reading.
Moved by Pro Tem Kama, seconded by Vice Chair Sugimura to pass Bill 21, CD1, 2025, and Bill 78, CD1, 2025 on second and final reading. Any discussion?
Nope.
If not, all those in favor of the motion, please raise your hand, say aye. I see 7 ayes, 2 excused. Members Rollins, Fernandez, and Sinensi. Motion carries. Ms. Clerk.
Chair, before you is Bill 82, CD1, 2025, a bill for an ordinance amending Section 10.04.030 Maui County Code relating to authorized emergency vehicles.
Member Hodgins.
Thank you, Chair. I move to pass Bill 82, CD1, 2025 on second and final reading.
Second.
Moved by Member Hodgins, seconded by Pro Tem Kama to pass Bill 82, CD1, 2025 on second and final reading. Discussion, Member Hodgins.
Thank you, Chair. Bill 82, CD1 broadens the definition of authorized emergency vehicles to allow MEMA vehicles to use emergency sirens and flashing lights when responding to emergencies. And at this time, I respectfully ask the member support for my motion. I am the vice chair of this committee. The chair of the committee, Member Paulton, is on, but as we all know, she's traveling right now. I'm not too sure if she has anything to add other than that. I appreciate the member's support for this motion. Thank you. She has nothing
Okay,
to add.
she doesn't have anything to add. Okay, anybody else? Discussion? If not, all those in favor of the motion, raise your hand, say aye.
Aye.
7 ayes. 2 excused, members Rollins, Fernandez, and Sinensi. Motion carries. Ms. Clerk.
Chair, before you is Bill 90, CD1, 2025, a bill for an ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter into an intergovernmental agreement with the County of Hawaii.
Vice Chair Sugimura.
If there's no objections, may I please ask the clerk to also call up Bill 91, 2025?
No objections.
No objections, Ms. Clerk.
Chair, before you is Bill 91, CD1, 2025, a bill for an ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter into an intergovernmental agreement with the city and county of Honolulu.
Okay.
Vice Chair Sugimura.
Thank you, Chair. If there are no objections, may I please request that this item be postponed until the next council meeting?
No
This is Bill 90?
Both.
Both? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Any objections, members?
No objections.
So ordered. These two bills, Bill 90 CD 1 2025 and Bill 91 CD 1 2025 be tabled. Okay.
Thank you.
Ms. Clerk?
Chair, before you is Bill 99, CD1, 2025, a bill for an ordinance amending the fiscal year 2026 budget Appendix B, Department of Water Supply, Water Fund, Preservation Rate.
Vice Chair Sugimura.
Thank you, Chair. If no objections, may I please also request the clerk call Bill 100 CD1, Bill 101 2025, Bill 111 2025, Bill 113 2025, and Bill 134 25.
No objections.
Ms. Clerk? Any objections, members?
No.
Okay, so Ms. Clerk? You got that?
Yes, Chair, before you is Bill 100, CD1, 2025, a bill for an ordinance amending the fiscal year 2026 budget, increase estimated revenues, other intergovernmental by $750,000, capital improvement projects, Department of Water Supply, countywide and Appendix C, Department of Water Supply, countywide upgrades and replacements, increase appropriation by $750,000. Bill 101, 2025, a bill for an ordinance amending Ordinance 5821, Bill 46, FD1, 2025, relating to an intergovernmental agreement for a loan from the State of Hawaii's Water Pollution Control Revolving Fund for various water supply projects, fiscal year 2026 budget ordinance. Oh, hold on. Oh, Bill 111, 2025, a bill for an ordinance amending Section 3.48.820 Maui County Code relating to the circuit breaker tax credit. Bill 113, 2025, a bill for an ordinance amending sections 3.48.410 and 3.48.450 Maui County Code relating to deadline for filing claims for real property tax exemptions and standards for valuation. Bill 133, 2025, a bill, oh, do you want me to call 133?
113 and 134.
Okay.
134.
Oh, 134.
Yeah,
Bill
134.
134, 2025, a bill for an ordinance amending the fiscal year 2026 budget, Emergency Management Agency, Emergency Management Program, decrease category B by $450,000 and add new appropriations for Living Pono Project in the amount of $250,000 and Hana Business Council, Inc. in the amount of $200,000.
Vice Chair Sugimura.
Thank you, Chair. I move to pass Bills 99 CD1 2025, Bill 100 CD1 2025, Bill 101 2025, Bill 111 2025, Bill 113 2025, and Bill 134 2025 on second and final reading.
Second.
It's been moved by Member Vice Chair Sugimura, seconded by Pro Tem Kama, to pass Bills 99 CD1 2025, 100 CD1 2025, 101 2025, 111 2025, 113 2025, 133 2025, and 134 2025.
Not
134, no
Chair.
133.
Not 133. Oh,
Yeah.
not 133, but 134.
134, yeah.
Okay, discussion, Vice Chair Sugimura.
No discussion. Thank you, Chair.
No discussion. Anybody else? Discussion? All those in favor of the motion, raise your hand, say aye.
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 7 ayes, 2 excused, members Rollins Fernandez and Sinensi. You can put your hand down, member. Your hand was up there. And member Sinensi were excused, so motion carries. Ms. Clerk.
Chair, before you is Bill 109, CD1 2025, a bill for an ordinance amending Chapter 20.35 Maui County Code on outdoor lighting.
What number was that?
109.
109. Member Cook?
I move to pass Bill 109, CD1, 2025 on second and final reading.
Second.
Moved by Member Cook, seconded by Vice Chair Sugimura to pass Bill 109, CD1, 2025 on second and final reading. Discussion, Member Cook.
Thank you, Chair. Bill 109 amends Chapter 20.15 Maui County Code on outdoor lighting by helping improve nighttime visibility and safety for residents while lowering energy costs by utilizing shielded, energy-efficient, and dimmable fixtures. I respectfully ask for the members' support of my motion.
Any more discussion? Vice Chair Sugimura?
Appreciate the Department of Public Works and their being the champion of this bill, as well as moving, well, I guess we were the champion of this bill, but to move this forward and to support what the administration or Department of Public Works testified about, and appreciate Director Molina for being the primary department to see this through.
Anybody else? If not, all those in favor of the motion, please raise your hand. Say aye.
Aye.
7 ayes, 2 excused, motion carries. Excused are members Rollins Fernandez and member Senenzi. Ms. Clerk.
Chair, before you is Bill 114, 2025, a bill for an ordinance to amend Chapter 3.48 Maui County Code relating to the real property tax assessment of non-taxable property.
114?
Oh, yeah, we did.
114?
114.
Yes.
So that should have been included in my bunch.
Okay, just make a motion.
Okay, I move to pass Bill 114, 2025 on second and final reading. Oh, is there an amendment?
Yes.
And there's an ASF here.
Yep, that's my ASF. That's
Oh.
my ASF.
Okay.
Okay, so the motion is
Yep.
to pass Bill 114, 2025
Yep.
on
second and final.
second reading.
Yep.
And it was seconded by, what, Pro Tem Kama?
Yep.
Okay. Discussion. Vice Chair Sugimura,
So I think we
did
discussed
you want to do
this
your
one.
ASF?
I
or-
think this is from Member Kama, her
Yep, the
ASF.
ASF is mine, Chair.
Okay.
You want me to go or you-
Member Kama, Pro Tem Kama?
Okay, thank you. Chair, I have an ASF, and I move to insert a new section 4 to amend subsection 3.48.305B Maui County Code by including section 3.48.541 in the exceptions under 3.48.305B1, which would then read, 1, real property that is used as the owner's principal residence and has been granted either a home exemption in accordance with sections 3.48.410 and 3.48.450, or an exemption in accordance with sections 3.48.410, 3.48.475, and 3.48541, must be classified as owner-occupied without regard to its highest and best use, and to renumber the subsequent bill sections accordingly. Amend the text of code subsection 3.48.541 in the bill 1A in the bill's existing section 5 by inserting the phrase classified as owner-occupied, and B after the phrase must be to read as follows. Improved real property subject to a lease under section 207 of the Hawaiian Homes Commission Act 1920 as amended must be classified as owner-occupied and be exempt from real property taxes. And suspend Rule 19 of the Rules of the Council to allow final action at the same meeting as this amendment. You want me?
We need a second, Chair.
Yeah, I know, I'm looking. Moved by Pro Tem
My
Kama.
hand is in a second. My hand is in a second. It's a question if it gets a second.
Okay, well, I'll just need to note the second there.
No, hey, no.
No, yeah. Did I finish saying your name? Pro Tem Kama made the motion and seconded by Member Hodgins. Member Paulton, what was your question? Your question? Discussion?
What is the financial impact? Has finance been consulted on this last minute ASF that we're gonna be doing committee work on the floor again?
Yes, I did consult with finance, and there's actually no financial repercussions from this.
Okay, I have the same question.
Okay, what is it?
Pro Tem Kama.
You want me
Okay,
to-
we have exempt.
That's not true that there's no financial implication. If they're going from minimum tax to no tax at all, how can there be no financial implication?
They're not going to, this is just to allow those who are living on homestead, who get their, because they're homeowner occupied, they're automatically by lease, by their Hawaiian homestead lease, have to be owner occupied. And this would just allow them the opportunity to become owner occupied without having to apply every year for the owner occupied exemption, without the need for an application. It wouldn't affect the real property tax owed by the lessee, but this bill will be able to fix the minimum real property tax at what it is. And therefore, there is no revenue impact. And I think Marcy would be on the
No,
call.
that's not true. I know plenty of homesteads where they are not owner occupied as the law requires.
Okay, we have another question from Member Johnson.
Chair, I don't mean to disrupt the conversation, but I have to leave for a conference.
Okay.
So, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, thank you. Have a nice weekend. Okay, I had a question to Pro Tem Kama.
Yes, Chair.
Where it says improve real property subject to a lease under, so that means improved usually means a house, yeah, on the property. And we already give those on the, on Hawaiian homes, exemption on the land. So does this now
they pay-
include the house?
$300 tax, that's what they pay. And I think Marcy's probably on the line to help clarify this.
Wait, what did you say?
Yeah.
They're
Section
exempt
A
on the
says
land?
Exempt from real property tax. It doesn't say they pay minimum tax. It says they're exempt from real property tax.
Yeah.
So maybe you want to redo the ASF to say what you mean, or I don't know. This is again last minute.
Real property.
From what I was sent and what I read, it doesn't say that they're paying minimum tax. It says they're exempt from real property tax. So that is false, that there is no financial implication. And I don't like doing business like this. I know I just flew 10 hours and this is the longest Friday of my life, but I don't appreciate doing last minute business and then being told there's no financial implication when clearly there is. I just glanced at it and clearly there's a financial implication unless somebody wrote the ASF wrong.
Okay.
I'm going on no sleep for 47 hours and I can prove me wrong.
Okay, Member Pro Tem Kama.
Yes, Miss Marcy Martin's on the line, Chair.
Okay.
Can we call on her?
Is this time sensitive? Can it go back to committee?
Well, since Marcy's here, can she say
Okay.
what she needs to say? And then if that's the will of the committee, we could certainly deal with the
Look,
committee.
everybody's leaving. Did we lose connection? Oh.
Okay. We have
Chair?
Director of Finance, Marcy Martin on the line, on the video. Can you, have you been following, and did you hear the question from Member Paulton?
Yes. So, Bill 114 was designed to provide an exemption for homestead lessee parcels that are improved with a building after their 7-year non-taxable exemption. So currently, right now, the land is completely exempt, non-taxable, and the buildings become taxable and they can apply for the home exemption. So this bill would bring all of these parcels to minimum tax, which from Raptor 6, it will have a revenue impact of about a little over $400,000 a year. And then remember, Comma's amendment basically states that as these properties become exempt and subject to minimum tax, they will be classified as owner occupied automatically. So without Member Comma's amendment, some of these parcels would be in the owner occupied class and some would be in the non-owner occupied class, but they would all be exempt and subject to minimum tax. Member Comma's amendment would just clarify that all of these parcels, and I think there's, let's see. I don't have the number right in front of me, but basically all homestead leases improved with a building would be in the owner occupied class. Thank you.
Ms. Martin,
Wait.
the homes on these types of properties, the buildings, improved structures will be taxed, right?
They will be taxed at the minimum tax. So the value will be exempt. So their net taxable value will be zero, but they'll be subject to the minimum tax. Where right now, a majority of them already are paying the minimum tax. This would just move an additional about 500 properties into the minimum tax.
But my recollection, I guess I haven't been keeping up with this, but we, in a previous council, exempted taxation on the land, but not the house. When did that change?
Chair, that did not change. The land has always, so the land has always been exempt, but the previous council required that the land value be zero.
Yeah, but aren't you saying that improvements on the property, meaning a house, et cetera, it will pay a minimum tax instead of based on the valuation of the house?
Yes, that's what Bill 114 creates.
Okay, this is one of the bills
Exemption.
that your department proposed, right? Your department.
Yes.
Yeah, because honestly, this is not something that I particularly would have proposed. Any further discussion?
Tamara's hand is up.
Member Paulton?
Yeah, Director Martin, said $400,000 implication, financial implication. When I read the ASF on Part A, wait, let me bring it up because I'm looking at you guys and it's on my phone. This improved real property subject to a lease under Section 207 of the Hawaiian Homes Commission Act 1920, as amended, must be classified as owner occupied and be exempt from real property taxes. I don't see that it says that they have to pay minimum taxes. And also if you can clarify where the $400,000 fiscal impact that you stated is, because I guess we're doing committee work on the council floor instead of committee. When certain members want to, but not Bill 9. We're not taking up Bill 9 because we're going to do committee work on council floor over and over and over again for certain people.
Member Paulton, you may want to take a look at Bill 114 itself, and then read the ASF and also Bill 114 together. Section B is not included on the ASF because no changes, I believe, were proposed to that section, but that is the section that discusses the minimum tax.
I'd like to amend the motion to table this until the next council meeting because last minute work, 19 through 19 and all of this, and our members aren't here. It's getting to be a bit much that we're pushing through only the bills that certain people want, and we're holding back other bills. We're doing committee work on the council floor, and it's getting to be really obvious.
I don't think so.
That there's a bias here, and our constituents are not served by that bias. They're not conserved. They're not served by last minute stuff going on where people don't get the chance to read it beforehand and consider what all the things are. I don't have the opportunity to look at things side by side because I'm working off of a cell phone here. And that's my motion.
Okay, who made the original motion?
I did.
You did. Okay, any objections, members, to withdrawing all the motions and recommitting this to committee?
No objections.
Chair, there's also a motion that was made by Vice Chair.
Yeah,
on the-
I'm withdrawing all the motions.
All motions.
All motions.
Okay.
Okay? Any objections to withdrawing? So can you guys withdraw your motions?
Yeah. Oh, this, okay, so you're asking me?
Yeah, seconds.
Yeah, I don't have a
everything.
problem taking this to committee, Chair.
Okay.
I didn't think it was going to be so controversial,
Yeah, I know. Sometimes it happens like that.
and that's fine.
All right, so we're withdrawing all the motions and we're going to, without objection, recommit this matter
Okay.
to committee. Okay?
Yep, that works.
Okay, moving on. Madam Clerk.
Chair, before you is Bill 129, 2025, a bill for an ordinance establishing that the Board of Ethics positions for investigator and administrative assistant may be filled on a part-time basis and paid on a pro rata basis.
Bill 129, Member Uhajens.
Thank you. I move to pass Bill 129, 2025 on second and final reading.
Second.
Okay, moved by Member Uhajens, seconded by Member Cook to pass Bill 129 on second and final reading. Any discussion?
Yes, please. If there are no objections, may I please request that the clerk recall County Communication 25-121 at this time?
No objections.
Any objections? No objections, Madam Clerk?
Chair recalling County Communication 2521 from Council Chair Lee, transmitting a proposed amendment to Bill 129, 2025, entitled "A Bill for an Ordinance Establishing that the Board of Ethics positions for investigator and administrative assistant may be filled on a part-time basis and paid on a pro rata basis."
Member Uhajens.
Thank you. I move to substitute Bill 129, 2025 with the FD1 version attached to the ASF and to file County Communication 25-121.
Second.
Moved by Member Uhajens, seconded by Vice Chair Sugimura to make the substitution as stated by Member Uhajens. Discussion, Member Uhajens.
Thank you again, Chair. Bill 129 amends Section 2.56.080 Maui County Code to allow the Board of Ethics investigator and administrative assistant to be hired on a part-time basis, calculated on a pro rata basis based on the employee's set part-time hours and the position's annual salary. The amendment makes technical and non-substantive revisions for clarity, consistency, and style, and I respectfully ask for the member support of my motion. Thank you.
Okay, any more discussion? All those in favor of the motion, please raise your hand, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, we have 6 ayes, 3 excused, Member Paulton, Members Rollins Fernandez.
Member Paulton is still on.
Oh, no, I saw her, but I didn't see her hand. Only now. Okay, so now it's 7 ayes to excuse member Rollins Fernandez and member Johnson. So that's, and then member Sinensi. So 3 excused. Motion passes with 6 ayes. Anything else? The main motion? Okay. Main motion as amended? Okay.
Yeah, main motion as amendment. I have no further discussion. Thank you.
Anybody else? Discussion? All those in favor of the main motion as amended, raise your hand, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, I see 6 ayes, 3 excused. Members Johnson, Rollins Fernandez, and Sinensi. Motion passes. Ms. Clerk.
Chair, before you is Bill 130, 2025, a bill for an ordinance amending Chapter 6.04 Maui County Code to rename the Animal Control Board to the Dangerous Dog Adjudication and Appeals Board.
Either Member Paulton or Member Hodgins.
I'll do the motion, Chair. I move to pass Bill 130, 2025 on second and final reading.
Second.
Moved by Member Hodgins, seconded by Vice Chair Sugimura to pass Bill 130 on second and final reading. Discussion, Member Hodgins.
Thank you. Bill 130 renames Animal Control Board to the Dangerous Dog Adjudication and Appeals Board to minimize confusion to the public and to make it more consistent with the board's jurisdictional mandates. At this time, I respectfully ask the members' support of my motion. Thank you.
Okay. No more discussion. All those in favor of the motion, please raise your hand. Say aye.
Aye.
6 ayes, 3 excused. Members Johnson, Rollins Fernandez, and Sinensi. Motion carries. Ms. Clerk.
Chair, Bill 133, 2025, a bill for an ordinance amending the fiscal year 2026 budget Office of the Mayor Economic Development Program to increase the appropriation for Makua Paia Haiku residency area cleanup by $15,000 and increase the appropriation for Aloha Classic by $15,000.
Member Hodgins.
Thank you, Chair. Without objection, can I please ask the clerks to call up Bill 135 as well?
Any objections, members?
No objection.
If not, Ms. Clerk.
Bill 135, a bill 2025, a bill for an ordinance amending the fiscal year 2026 budget, Appendix A, Part 1, Department of OEV Resources, National Trust for Historic Preservation, new appropriation of $10,000.
Member Hodgins.
Thank you. I move to pass Bill 133, 2025, and 135, 2025 on second and final reading.
Is it 130? Oh, yeah, 134 is done. Okay.
Yep,
133 and 135 on second and final reading, seconded by Member Cook. Discussion, Member Hodgins.
Thank you. Bill 133 reappropriates $15,000 from Paia Makua Haiku cleanup efforts, security beautification, maintenance, community outreach, educational events, economic development to the Aloha Classic, which is scheduled for October 13th through 24th, 2025. And Bill 135 recognizes $10,000 appropriation to the National Trust Preservation Fund to support the Lahaina Royal Complex Master Plan. I respectfully ask for the members' support of these motions. Thank you.
Any more discussion? If not, all those in favor of the motion, please raise your hand. Say aye.
Aye.
So we have 6 ayes, 3 excused. Members Johnson, Rollins Fernandez, and Sinensi. Motion carries. Unfinished business?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Moving on to unfinished business. If there's anyone wishing to testify on the unfinished business, please raise your hand in Teams or make your way to the podium. Chair, seeing none, will count down 3, 2, 1. There's no one indicating they wish to testify on unfinished business.
Members, any objections to closing public testimony on unfinished business and accepting written testimony?
No objection.
So ordered, Ms. Clerk.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Before you is Resolution 25-179, setting the annual salary for the investigator of the Board of Ethics under Section 2.56.080 Maui County Code.
Member Hodgins.
Thank you. I move to adopt Resolution 25-179.
Moved by Member Hodgins, seconded by Member Cook to adopt Resolution 25-179. Discussion, Member Hodgins.
Thank you, Chair. If there are no objections, may I please request the clerk recall County Communication 25-20 at this time, please.
No objections.
No objections, Ms. Clerk.
County Communication 25-20 from Council Chair Lee, transmitting a proposed amendment to Resolution 25-179 entitled Setting the Annual Salary for the Investigator of the Board of Ethics under Section 2.56.080 Maui County Code.
Thank you.
Member Hodgins.
Thank you. I move to substitute Resolution 25-179 with the FD1 version attached to the ASF and to file County Communication 2520.
Moved by Member Hodgins, seconded by Member Cook,
Thank you.
to amend the resolution with Resolution 25-179. Is that it?
Yes.
Okay. A discussion? Member Hodgins?
Thank you. Resolution 25-179 sets the annual salary for the investigator of the Board of Ethics at a pro rata basis of 19 hours per week for Step J under Section 2.56.080 or $48,005.40 effective upon adoption. This position, approved by Ordinance 5824, is needed to support the Board of Ethics in fulfilling its charter duties. The amendment clarifies that Resolution 25-179 FD1 supersedes Resolution 25-70 FD1 and makes technical and non-substantive revisions for clarity, consistency, and style. And I respectfully ask the member support for my motion. Thank you, Chair. Thank you, members.
Any more discussion on the amendment? If not, all those in favor, raise your hand, say aye. 6 ayes, 3 excused members. Rollins, Fernandez, Johnson, and Sinensi. Now the main motion as amended. Any more discussion? Anyone? If not, all those in favor, raise your hand, say aye.
Aye.
6 ayes, 3 excused, motion carries. 3 excused are members Rollins, Fernandez, members Johnson, and Sinensi. And I believe that brings us to the end of the calendar. Anything else, members? Okay, it's been a kind of a strange day.
Yeah.
Vice Chair Sugimura.
So I just want to say that I don't think preference was given for ASFs that were recently proposed during the council meeting. I think anybody who proposed an ASF, it would be taken up and we wouldn't say, oh, we're not going to take it up, you know? So I just want to make that clear to the public in case people are wondering what was going on at this council meeting, because I don't think it was unusual. And that I do respect every member's right to propose amendments as they see fit and not to stop it. So, and I think you held that same position. You've never stopped it. So I just want to say that. That's all.
Thank you. Thank you. Anybody else? If not, everybody have a safe and happy weekend and watering your yard and taking care of, washing clothes, all the good things.
Thank God for rain.
Thank you, everyone. This meeting is adjourned.
Yeah.